Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey. It's been a while since I've introduced myself, so I'll just remind you, or let those of you that are new know, that I'm Jenny Harrell, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the beautiful state of Colorado. And I usually do a Facebook Live on Mondays and Wednesdays, so if you want to remember when to join in, then I'll be here. If you're here tonight, give me a thumbs up. Hello, how are you? So I'll know that you're watching, that you can hear me. And let's see, I don't think I have any news. You know, there's some new online exclusives, and one of them is the Irresistible Blooms, and I do know that the dies are on low inventory. So if you've been on the edge of trying to decide whether to order that or not, you might want to go ahead and order it before they go out of stock. So good evening, Jamie and Lindsay. Thanks for popping in tonight. I hope that you'll learn something new. So we're going to make a diamond easel card. I've been seeing people make those, and then I decided to try it myself, and actually they're pretty fun. So this is the one I made earlier. Isn't this cool? This is the Nested Friends, and then I used Abigail Rose Designer Series paper as the backdrop. So I thought it kind of went with the bird. So this is the way it works. It stands up and it's an easel, and then your sentiment is on the inside here, but it will still fold up, and you'll have to make your own envelope. This is going to be a 6-inch square, so you would want your envelope to be like 6 1/4 or 6 1/2 inch square envelope, which would mean if you're going to mail it, that's extra postage, but if you're going to just put it in a gift basket or a birthday present or something, then that's fine too. So this is how that works. And if you want more room for writing messages, you always have the back. So let's get started, and I'll show you how this works. As I'm doing this, I thought, well, I used the directions for a 6-inch square one. I wonder if you could downsize it to a 4-inch square. It would go in a regular envelope probably, but it'd be awfully tiny. But that might be nice for some of our smaller images. So, well, that'll be something to play with as time goes by. So since this is a 6-inch square, you're going to start with a 6 by 12 piece of paper. So you need the 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, which, you know, we sell it in Very Vanilla and Whisper White. But you could use some of the 12 by 12 papers that are the thicker, let me think thicker than regular just designer series paper, like that blue textured shimmer paper that we have, I think. But I always order a pack of the 12 by 12 just to have it on hand for when I want to do something larger. So you're going to start with a 6 by 12, and we're going to do some scoring. And we're going to score it at 3 and 6. So we'll go ahead and score it 6. And then we'll score it at 3. Now we're going to use our trimmer again in a minute, but I have put it out, off to the side. So we're going to go ahead and score this, burnish it. We need to be able to see these lines. So now we've got 2 score marks there. And we need to do a little measuring. Let me get my pencil. And we're just going to put a little mark here at 3. And then we're going to take our ruler and draw a line from the first crease at 3 inches to where we made the little pencil mark. And we'll do the same thing here. And that's why we did a nice crease that we can see, so we can draw our line. And now that's going to give us our diamond shape. So we're going to turn that. We're going to do both layers at the same time. And we're going to trim that off. So we'll put that on our trimmer, try to line those up. We'll look for the pencil line in the slot and cut that off. Now tonight we're going to use the cup of tea. So our card will still be pretty, but it'll be more colorful and happy. Now we've got our little angle. And we can save these for scraps for sentiments or, you know, other small things that you do on your cards. Now, just to be safe, we'll erase those pencil lines. And we'll put that to the side, and I'll show you the pieces that we have. I hope I've cut them right. So I've pulled some of the, you know, I'm on a roll to use up my designer series paper, so I used some of the in color, Sweet Sorbet, and then this is from the cup of tea party. So this is 4 1/4 square, and this is 4 square, and I have 2 of those, exactly the same. Then I have another piece of the Sweet Sorbet, and it is 5 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then this is just 1/4 less. That's where our sentiment will go. And this is the same, but it will be our inside. This will be on the outside. I didn't have another piece of that, so just using the regular cardstock. If you want these measurements, I'll be glad to put them in here in the comments. And I think I have another, yeah, I have a 4-inch square that we're going to put our teacup on, our tea party sentiments. Teacup and the flower and all those things. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do our stamping, and then we'll put everything together. And we need to know that it's going to be at a diamond, so we're not going to stamp. We're going to stamp on the angle there. I want to remember that. This is a piece of scrap for our teacup. We're going to stamp a teacup in Orchid Oasis. Hi, Leanne. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think I can stamp that there, and I might can get 2 teacups out of this piece of paper. Usually when it's a solid image like this, I will use my Stamparatus. But tonight, this one seems to be working okay. We'll go ahead and do our sentiment, one of our sentiments. We're going to do a little tag for the teacup. And it says, it's time for tea. And we will do that with sweet sorbet. And then we'll do the outline of the tea bag holder around that. Looks like it's going to stamp blue on there. It better not. No. It's a little crooked. Let's do another one. That's why we've got this extra paper. Let's see if I can't just wipe that up and get ink all over everything with my fingers. Oh, that's better. We can go ahead and do our sentiment too. Our inside sentiment while we got this out. And let me see, did I? Yeah, I did. I put that on a block. It says, take care of yourself. So this will be like a get well, thinking of you card. We'll put that to the side. And that got all of that stamping done. Now we'll run this through the cut and emboss. I guess we'll go ahead and do this one too, since it has the die. You really can fussy cut all of these images. They're not that hard to fussy cut if you want it, if you didn't have the dies. The little handle on the teacup might be tricky, but maybe not too bad. All right, we'll run that. Well, try that again. Now, this is one that would work really well in your mini cut and emboss. These dies are not big. I should have thought about getting it out. So we've got that. I think that's all we need for our dies. Now we're going to stamp the flowers that come. This set has these little flowers, lots of sentiments, a pretty leaf there, and different kinds of teapots. Plus, you could just die cut the teacup in out of designer series paper. You can have a lemon slice with your tea. So we're going to put that right about there. So we need to know where to stamp our flowers. So we'll just put a little line, little marks there. So that's where we know to put the greenery for our flowers. And I have, let's see, Granny Apple Green. Well, hello, Statesboro. It's good to see you. I'm going to ink this up with Granny Apple Green, but then I'm going to add a little Old Olive to it so it doesn't look all the same. So we'll just do some of the leaves in a darker color. And we'll go down a little past our pencil marks. And that gives the leaves not such matchy-matchy look. What we might need to do, I might not have cut another piece of white for the inside. I'm not sure if I did. We'll wait and see. Now we're going to put some flowers on here. We're going to use Sweet Sorbet again. And I'm going to use some of this masking tape because we're going to mask some of the flowers as we stamp along. We're going to put some little red flowers here so that they're just nestled in there with our greenery. Now I want some more flowers down there, but I don't want them to all look the same, so we're just going to mask a few of them off. We're going to cover up those two. So that we can move these larger ones over to this side. Now we've got a nice bouquet of flowers, but I want another couple flowers down there. So this time we're going to mask some more with, let's see, we'll cover up these and just have two. I think we can do that without making a big mess. Looks like the flowers fell off there. Now I think that's going to take care of most everything. So let's start putting things together. So we've got this piece first, and we're going to layer the 4 1/4 and 4 inch piece to 4. Yeah. There's 4 1/4 by 4. So that white actually is 3 1/2, I think. It's not 4, like I said. Too many numbers. Last night we were talking in our meeting how math is hard. We don't like to do math things, do we? We'll go ahead and layer our other pieces here. And this is a way to use up that paper so that when we have new colors coming in the next year, we'll have some pretty papers. So I was thinking we need to decorate this piece here. So we're going to get that leaf there. And we'll decorate that. And it's going to be where we can still write a nice message over here. But we want it to have a little something, something. So we'll put that on there. Now we can layer that on here and you'll be able to write your message there. You know, it's so nice that we have people from all over. We have North Carolina here, Georgia, Colorado, lots of friends, huh? Okay, I think we're about ready to put this together. So this first piece, we'll go ahead and layer right on there. Now, if you wanted to do this card and this piece was a colored piece of cardstock and you wanted your border to show, you would just cut down an 1/8 inch. And so instead of 4 1/4 here, you'd have 4 1/8, and then you'd have a nice white edge showing, but we can't do that here because we cut it exactly to fit. So there's always those little measurements you can change to add extra layers if you want. Oops, see, I didn't line that up. Very good. It's the good thing about Tombow, you have to grab it fast enough. There we go. And then this, where our sentiment, where our message is going to go, will go right there. We have another piece I didn't cut yet. We'll go ahead and do that right now so I don't forget it. We want something right here just because we can. We don't have to have something, but I have these 2 squares. And we're just going to cut them in half and then put them right there. Let's see what, it's 2 3/4 square and then a 2 1/2 square. And we'll just trim them on the diagonal. And I hope that we got them close enough that it won't look too weird. Okay, now these are going to go right there. Looks like we need a little bit of Tombow. Hold those corners down. I know usually when it dries, they'll go ahead and lay down flat. Now, really, I probably would have used the designer series paper, but since I didn't have any more, I used, this works too, because it's the same. This is the same designer series paper here. I think that looks cute. It's a good thing to be using up your paper. You don't feel like you wasted it. Okay, now we're ready for our next piece. This one's going to go right here. It's not super necessary, but it just gives your card a finished look. Especially when it's standing up. And then this one is going to go here. But you don't want it to be glued there, so you only want to put adhesive down here. So we'll start a little below our point. And then if we need to add some more, we can sneak some in there as needed. Make sure I did that the right way. It would be a nasty mess. Now our card will stand up. And see, that's just so that on the back it's pretty. It's not, you could leave that white, but you don't have. But why? Why would you do that? So now we have our square that we've stamped here to go on here. Let's see what that was. 3.5. So we can put that on. We'll put our teacup on with dimensionals. Well, hi, Karen. Oh, better late than never. It's okay. You can always watch the replay. I think we'll just put that on. I don't know. We could put that on with a dimensional too. I think one will do it. Now I have either the orchid ribbon or the green for a bow. It's a hard decision. The green's pretty. Let's try. All right, tell me which color should I do? I can't do both. We could put a green bow there, or the orchid bow. Ooh, I know. You like green, Jamie? I like the orchid. I'll do green, since you said green. The green is pretty, isn't it? Let me get all this out of the way, and we'll make a pretty little bow to go on there. Kay says the blue. Oh, well. Uh-oh, I got 2 blues, 1 green. I think the green is a good contrast because we don't have much green. I've got enough to make 2 cards. Maybe I can make another card. We'll do 1 blue, 1 orchid, and 1 green. Compromise. I know some of our bling. We'll put blue bling on there. All right, we need a glue dot. We need to close up that pin. Let's pick up a glue dot and put it in right there. I think that's cute, Jamie. You did a good job. And let's see, what else do we need to do our inside. We need some bling. So for the inside, I really do think I need, no, I don't. I can just use my sentiment here. So we did Take Care of Yourself. And I'm going to punch it with Label Me Fancy. And we'll pulled out another piece of the Designer Series paper in the Bear Geek Party. And we're going to punch one of these leaves. I think this looks a lot like the same foliage as the stamp set. It looks very similar, doesn't it? So we'll put that there just to dress it up a little bit. And then we'll put this on with dimensionals because that's what's going to hold our card open when it's delivered. So let's see where we're going to put this. This is one of those cards that people can put on their mantle or dresser. Oop, we don't want it upside down. That looks pretty good. And then we'll slide this under there. This is bright and cherry. It's not a... You need your sunglasses for this card. Let's do this way since that one is... Oh, that's so cute. Now, I pulled the in color dots. It's a hard decision here. I guess we'll do the orchid color. And we'll just scatter these around on the card somewhere. We'll do a mix of the dark and light. Okay. Now that wasn't hard, was it? I mean, really, other than having to cut those corners off, or the ends, to make your diamond, everything else was pretty easy. So that's our diamond easel card. Oh, Pam, you're going to do a tea boutique card? You can make one of these. See, this... I think putting that back there makes it prettier when it comes out of the envelope. So that's why I put that there. Just like this, you could leave that white, but it's so much prettier to have the color there. So there's that one. That one was pretty. And then this one, you'll see on this one, I did 3 layers rather than 2. Well, it was really... So you just measure down 1/8 of an inch or out 1/8 of an inch to get those extra layers. So then that's the bird one, and it stands up also. So how do you like the cards? I think they're lovely. Thanks for joining me tonight. I will post these Oh, well, if you're making 12, I don't think I'd do this. I don't know. That's up to you, Pam. You could do it and let it be an optional card. I don't know. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I will post the measurements for you. Maybe not tonight, but first thing in the morning. Depends on how long it takes for me to get dinner together. I'll see you next time. Bye.